And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Factorio in our 1.x, Uber production style. All right, we have gotten reds and greens up and running, and lo and behold, yeah, I actually have double the capacity that I really was shooting for, because, yeah, as anybody know, I caught it during the recording of last episode that oops, that was a big oops. Oopsie. Okay, so what we're going to work on today is a little bit of military science. And so we've got a giant coal vein right here. If we look at military science, you can see piercing round magazines, grenades, and walls. And I think it's the grenades that take the coal. So yeah, we're going to be able to pull from the coal vein that we have here. And, we'll have a couple train unloading stations for coal, but we won't need them because we have 220 million coal right here. And right now with our beaconed mining drills plus the research that we've done, we've got a 90% productivity. One more research on that, and that 220 million vein would actually be 440 million coal. What's it going to cost to do that research? 7,500. Yeah, we don't have that. I've cut away the red and greens out of this research area. This is where greens were, this is where red was, and they're gone. So yeah, we can't really do any research, but anyway, I mean, we're close to doubling it. One research away isn't bad. Okay, so let's see if we can use my unloading. Where are they? I had them around here somewhere. There they are. Okay, so this is the train unloader up here. Let's see if this is compatible with this. I think it is. Look at that. Yeah. So let's do the coal right away, just because we don't really need coal. But the other things we're going to need for this: bricks, iron, copper, and steel. Okay, so I like to do two. So brick, iron, copper, steel, and steel. And then we'll fish this out a little bit, figure out a good spot. Right in there, looks pretty good. I like to try to thread it in between two of these, just because. Let's get rid of some of these trees. We don't need the trees. Okay, so you are gonna go there. You are gonna come up a couple, one more, and go in there. All right. And I do like to cut this off, so this line is not interfering with this line at all. You can come back to about here, which can come back to about here, which is good. Okay, so this was going to be compact coal. Actually, no. This was going to be military science, compact coal. And then we can make this like super dark. Okay, that's going to be coal. Even though we're not going to use it, we've got the coal here. I still want to, make sure that we have space for the coal. All right, and so the next one was going to be military science dash bricks were over here, and then you a nice dark grayish Okay, so there's bricks. Now I think it's just all the metals. If I'm right. Yeah, iron, copper, and steel. Okay, so we want... Let's see, what color... Let's grab this color. Here, and then rename this to... military science stacked iron. Okay. Am I copper, bricks, iron? Yeah, no. Coal, bricks, iron, copper, steel. Okay, I was making sure that I wasn't going crazy there for a second. Paste this, but you... No. What is that? No. Dash. Copper plate. I'm starting to put a dash in there just to sort of break up the icons a little bit. Make them a little bit easier to read. Alright, now steel is going to be kind of a bright white. And then this, military dash steel. Bingo. All right. Now that we have all of those, we need to get the... Let's see. You can go there. There. Well, let's offset those a little bit more. And then there and right there. So you. Okay. Now we need to load. I'm ghosting these because it's going to consume so many of these. I just want bots. Otherwise, my inventory is just going to empty out, and I don't want that. Okay. Those need to get filled first. Now, we can get our mining, let's see, right here. Gotta go down this far. Okay, and there's a little bit up here that we can mine yet. So, ideally, let's wait until we've got all of the modules in. There we go. We can probably take from here to here. I want the power poles for offset. There we go. And that'll ensure that we get all of that. And then we can trim off, sort of trimming the trailing spaces here. Alright, now, pretty simple matter of grabbing one of these. And you are just going to load right in with the coal that we already have. Now that these are placed, I can set these up. There we go. And we've got coal coming in. Excellent. And that'll fill up fast. It's already full. All right. All of the unloading is done. And just as a reference, let's put in, like I do, I don't have any bricks to speak of. Really? I don't have any bricks. Well, bricks. Well, let's just go with the flow here. This is going to be iron. That one's going to be copper. And that one's going to be steel. And I just have to realize the bricks are in here. That's fine. Alright, so how many of these do we need? We make 2 every 10 seconds. At a crafting speed of 1. And we use 1 magazine, 1 grenade, and 2 walls. So obviously walls are likely going to need their own belt, but we can share the belt between piercing rounds and grenades, similar to how we did it in our main base. Right up here, there it is. Yeah, see, we have the walls consuming 1 whole belt, and then the piercing rounds and grenades are good to go. So, how do we want to lay this out? Well, all of my other builds are basically vertical. They're north-south, except for bricks. You notice bricks is an east to west. I think I might want to go east to west with this. Now we need to leave a decent amount of space to craft the piercing rounds and the grenades and the walls. Because basically all the things that we need to make go into the science pack. So the science pack doesn't get any raw ingredients. It is all crafted. All right. I don't know what my moduled setup produces yet, but let's go out here. I'm going to ignore this little crude oil vein. Just act like it's not there. But I want to get at least a setup where I know how many that, you know, what our amplification is going to be. So military science, you get productivity modules. And I kind of want to base it off of what we did over here. So we definitely want a decent amount. Let's in fact copy like this setup here. I want to copy this whole thing. Let's take that away. Nope, nope. Paste. Because it's going to be 2 belts again. Why do we have belts running in 2 directions? I think that's strange. Why are those? Those should not be running in 2 different directions. Weird. Okay, I'll have to repair that later. But let's see. Give ourselves a decent amount of space. Paste that in. The bots will come a-calling. The further I get from the base here, the longer it takes stuff to autocraft. So, yeah, a little patience is good. I'm thinking of expanding the base at least 1 more square out in all directions. But if I'm going to expand the base... Oh, look at these circles. This is strange. If I'm going to expand the base, I really want to really expand it. But that would cause a problem. That would be a lot of hours of, you know, killing biters, expanding the base, killing biters, going around and around and around constantly to get that done. All right. So let's change up this to military science. Okay, you need to go this way. You need to go that way. You need to go that way. You need to go that way. Okay. So that's basically military science. And if we hook this up... Ooh, there's a stone I can grab. Click and drag. Okay, so these, again, 10.85 crafting speed and a productivity of 60%. So similar to how we did that before, we have 2 every 10 seconds. So this is basically 1 every 5 seconds. Okay, at crafting speed of 1. While 60% crafting speed is 1.6 every 5 seconds, which is 1.6 every 5 seconds. My brain has not caught up yet. So there are 20 crafts in a minute with 5 seconds. Okay, so 1.6 times 20 is 32 a minute at a crafting speed of 1. Okay, 32 a minute. That's actually quite a bit. So now we take that times 10.85. That's 347.2 per minute. Am I doing that right? That sounds like a lot to me. 347.2 every minute for each one of these. That means we don't need a lot of these to get to 10,000. So 347.2. 10,000 divided by 347.2 is 28, basically 29 crafters to get to 10,000 a minute. Now, I am assuming that since these are going to be pulling quite a lot of walls off of the belt, we're not going to be able to really hit that mark. So 2 wall every 10 seconds, that is 12 wall a minute. 12 walls a minute. That's 6 crafting, yeah, times 10.85. 130 walls a minute are going to be coming off the belt for each one of these. That is very, very close to the 180 a minute. So I am not going to be able to run a whole lot of these. Basically, one of these. One of these per line of belt for walls. That's a lot of walls. Wow. Okay, so how am I going to do that? I'm going to need a whole lot of wall crafters. How make wall from 5 stone brick? Okay. 130 walls a minute. That's one of these that are going to consume. That means we're not going to be able to push a whole lot. So I might need to tweak this a little bit somehow. I mean, we're already, I could probably tweak it. No, that is the furthest extent that I can get those two. Yeah, that's as far away as I can get those. I was hoping to get another wall in here somewhere to be able to have at least 2 of these, because just having one, that's gonna hurt. Now what I could do is lower the speed down. I mean, if I lowered the speed down to, say, let's get rid of this middle line here. What is our speed now? 5.6. So we have 2 wall, that's again 6 crafts every minute. That's 12 wall a minute. Okay, so let's do 12 wall a minute times 5.6. 67.2. So now, if we did this, we could put ignore these. We could do this. And then speed. And that would be 5.6, and that would be 5.6. You go there. You go there. Let's get rid of all of this. Okay. And clean this up just a tad. But we don't even need this here, because this is all we're going to be able to put on here. These can just extend out like that. So that's nice and straight. So this would be roughly, I mean, it's a little over 130 a minute. It's a little over that. But we'd be able to actually, I mean, we're 5.6. That means we're going to need twice as many setups. I mean, the raw amount of resources doesn't change. But it's better than needing 10,000 of these by halving. And we could even speed it up even more by putting one on the outside here. So what would that change my crafting speed to? 7.35. So let's do 12 times 7.35. 88.2 times 2. 176. That actually works out pretty well, because we're able to push through 180. Now, am I doing this right? Yeah. One of these, 12 times 7.35. 88.2. And then we have two of these crafters. 176. But the problem is, okay, if anybody has noticed, we have 4 crafters pulling off of one belt, and that's a problem. That's a huge problem. So what we might want to do is have one belt for every 2 of these. How would that work? Well, first of all, I could shift all of these over. A couple. Okay. I'm trying to get a pattern here that we can work on. Let's give a space in between these, just because. Yeah, you go there, you go there. Now we should be able to jog one of these up, like so. And then have another belt coming in like this. So the middle one can be our shared belt. So if we go here to here, and then this one and this one will be the walls, right? So we have walls coming in here and walls coming in here. I think that might work. We've already got all of these. We can put this there. That's already going the right way. That's going the right way. So since these are not really going to be too fancy, and then what we could do is have multiple of these in a line. First of all, let's get the module set up here. Okay, so these should all be 7.35. Good. And we've got a belt of walls, 2 belts of walls, and 1 belt of the other Duvalakis. So basically the piercing rounds and the grenades are going to be used at half the speed. So what we can do is we can double this layout, double it over here, continue the middle belt for the next group. Although we have 4 of these being pulled off. We have twice as many pulling off the same belt. So that's going to be 10. No, it's going to be 6 a minute times 7.35. 6 times 7.35 times 4. That's 176. So yeah, this whole thing is its own thing. Okay. So with the 7.35 crafting speed now, that changes things. That is going to be that's 1 every 5 seconds. So again, that is going to be 20 a minute. Right? 5 seconds, 5 goes into 60. No. Oh, I was way off there. I was doing base 100. That's not good. Every 5 seconds. So that's 12. That's 12 a minute. So 12 a minute times 7.35 is actually 88.2 a minute per group of 4. So 88.2 times 4 is actually 352. Let me get my notepad here. 352.8 per minute for each section, each one of these blocks of 4. Okay. So take 10,000 divided by 352.8 is again 28 point, well, basically 28, 29, probably with a little extra on again, 1 extra crafter would do it. 28 plus 1 extra crafter. So that's 28 of these whole blocks. If my math is right, and somebody out there is more than happy to check that. But that is a huge amount of resources. That is a pretty much insane amount of these. I honestly do not know how I am going to have 28 of these. One thing we could do, if we did maybe 2 rows, that would be 14 setups. I don't even know. Do we have enough space for that? Crying out loud. Like if I copied this and I pasted it, it would be nice to be able to paste. Okay. Paste. Do we have enough room? I think we just barely have enough room. Maybe. It's going to be tight. Yeah, I don't think we have enough room to work this because let's see, how far away? Let's take these away. We can put these way out here. In fact, I need this side to be this side to be spaced. I'm thinking backwards here. Because then these match up with these, giving me a little bit of space right out there. So let's then drop in like that. I needed a little extra space out here. So if we copy this, paste that like that, we would be able to sneak in. Okay, so there's about, well, we could actually make that even better. prove that even more by sneaking this. Okay, and then you. So these are our, well, it would make more sense to do it like this. These are our walls. Okay, so we need, since this one in here is already done, we can do that. And then this will be another of the combination grenades and piercing rounds for the middle here. And then this guy is going to be another wall. Like so. That's 4 full wall. This is going to be a lot of walls. I might have to, yeah, I'm going to have to beef up my bricks by a lot to keep up with all of this. Okay, so you and 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 you get everything there, and that, I mean, is nasty. It's messy. That is, I don't think we can compress walls. Yeah. So that's going to be tough. Not being able to compress walls. That's going to be tricky. Because every one of these belts needs to be a full belt. Like, that's 4 full belts coming in here of walls. And walls is a 0.5 craft. And we need 180. Okay, I just realized that this is a 10-second craft. Uses basically 1 wall every 5 seconds. My math must be way off. I was thinking walls in seconds, consumption in seconds. 1 wall every 5 seconds. Okay. These. Okay. So that's 7.35. Well, 1 wall every 5 seconds would again be 12 walls a minute. And these are moving in items per second, not items per minute. And that's what I made a mistake on. Items per second. So how many walls per second are these going to need? So this is 1 wall every 5 seconds. That's 12 walls a minute at 1 speed. So 12 times 7.35. That's 88.2. Okay, 88.2 walls a minute. 12 walls, yeah. 88.2 walls per minute times 2. That's 176 walls, not per second, but per minute. And that is why this is not, that's why my brain started melting, because I was thinking it was 176 walls a second, and it's per minute. So divide that by 60, and that's little less than 3 walls per second. So 180 divided by 3 is 60. Okay, well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to clear all this out, given this revelation, we're going to be able to supply 60 crafters with 1 belt of walls. I'm sorry, everybody. That was probably really boring, but trying to do this on the fly and on camera rather than trying to figure all this stuff out before I record, this is what happens. My brain hurts. So, yeah, I'll start over and get all this scratched off, and we'll come back and dive in to possibly a finished solution, or partly finished, something like that. But being able to put 60 of these crafters on 1 belt is going to change things considerably. But anyway, that's going to do it for this episode. And I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.